Hi everyone, it's Sue Ralph here. I've just come back today to give you just a very quick overview of something that I did yesterday to do with colouring paper clay leaves. These are the sort of colours that I made, and I was asked if I could just go through the colouring system of having a total coloured leaf. So I just wanted to sort of come back and show you. So I'm using Stampin' Up's paper clay, well, simply pressed clay. I have got myself an ink pad, and I've got myself my Martha Stewart mould and some clay. Now, a lot of people on the internet actually use re-inkers, but if you haven't got any re-inkers, this is what I do. So I use my stamp pad and I just squish down the ink, and then can you see you've got some ink just in the centre there, and then what I do is I just push the clay into it and pick up some of that colour. And then what you need to do then is you just need to mould it. Just keep rolling it together, okay, and then you can start to see that the colour starts to come out. Okay, I'm going to just do that again. You may have to do this 3 or 4 times depending on how intense you want the colour. The one thing I would remind you is that it does actually dry slightly lighter. So, you know, if you want a really intense colour. But if you are using re-inkers, don't put too much ink in because it will make your your clay get very wet and sticky. Okay, so you can see it's a good way of cleaning up your stamp pads. Just going to do it one more time. Just squish down hard and you get the colour in the middle. Okay, and just keep rolling your clay around in it. You can do it in your finger, with your fingers. But because I've got ink on here, I may as well just do it on here. Pick up all the ink that I can. Okay. And I'll leave it there because you don't want to be watching me do that. And then just make sure it's a uniformed colour. Okay. Then once you've got the colour, just get your mould and then just press it into the mould, like I showed you yesterday, until you've got it into all of those little nooks and crannies. Make sure that you get the leaf shape formed because you don't want to be cutting off any extra afterwards. So what I did, as I did yesterday, turn it over, press it down, make sure you get it clay in everywhere, and then what you can do then with your finger, you can just take some of it off. Just make sure that you're picking up all the detail. Okay, so of course you can play with it for as long as you like, but because I'm just going to do a very quick video here to show you. And then once you've got all of your clay in and you've got the shape of the leaf standing out, and then I suggest what you do is then you just leave that to dry for a little while. I do find with the Stampin' Up clay that it is slightly wetter than the Martha Stewart one, so it tends to stretch. So I tend to like to leave mine in just for a little while. So then you've got your mould, and then for the ones that I coloured yesterday, I used just my finger, but you could use a dauber just to put some ink on. Again, make sure you put plenty on because it will lighten up. I then got my Crystal Effects and I just used a paintbrush, popped it in the pot, got some Crystal Effects out, and then I just painted over the top, and this just helps to keep the colour and it sort of intensifies the colour just a little bit. The one thing I will say is that don't leave these anywhere in the light, or if you've made a card, don't leave it on your mantelpiece, because one of the things I have found is that if you colour on top of the white clay, the colour does tend to fade, whereas if you colour the clay before you make your mould, it does keep its colour for longer. So I hope that's helpful. Okay, see you again soon. Bye.